Welcome back, everyone. Pierso86 here for another episode of Final Fantasy XI. We are finally going to embark on mission 5-1, which will take us to a place called Fei'Yin. I'm really excited for this because this is about the furthest I've ever made it in the main story in my old days. And so basically everything from here on out is going to be brand spanking new to me for story, with the exception of a couple of things I dabbled with in expansions such as Chains of Promathia. So, a couple of updates. We are level 55 now, so 55 paladin / 27 warrior. Got a little bit of new armor, just some Iron Musketeer stuff. I kind of look like a mismatch mess. Like my mother wasn't there to dress me in the morning or something. And we've also got some new spells as well. Cure 4 and Holy. Did I mention we have Raise as well too? Raise people if they get knocked out. So we've already talked to Naji and we've had a briefing with the president a little while ago. But we had that briefing. They want us to take this new Fei'Yin seal that we received, because they're fearful that the old seal in this place called Fei'Yin, which is apparently full of like technology and artifacts from an ancient civilization from ancient times, well beyond our means. But they want us to take the seal and replace the old one that they fear may have failed. There's a lot of paranoia going on right now in Vana'diel with talk of the Shadow Lord's return and the Beastman, fear of another war. So tensions are quite high. So in order to get to Fei'Yin, we're going to need to go to Sandoria. We're going to have to go through East Ronfaure to a place called the Ranguemont Pass, get through there and go to Beaucedine Glacier. So a couple of areas that we haven't been to yet. So, always exciting to go see new things. Although I do have to say I'm not a huge fan of the Ranguemont Pass. That place is it's a little nasty. We'll definitely have to do a little bit of stealth while we're in there. I have got to say I am loving the dual monitor setup that I have now. I've got Final Fantasy XI playing on the left monitor, and I no longer have to have that bordered window anymore where I take the cursor and move it down to my taskbar to check to make sure my recorder's still on. I've got my recorder and FF11 Clopedia, everything on my right monitor, so it's really convenient just being able to look over and make sure that everything's okay. I gotta love that Ronfaure music. To heck with going on the mission. Why don't we just go let's play taking a nap under a tree or something like that? I definitely got to collect some FF11 music and have a good little playlist next time I have to drive and travel. I'm at the time of recording this, I'm planning to go back to the town I used to live in on my days off, so some FF11 music for the drive would be kind of nice. You know, provided it doesn't put me to sleep, because then I might, die. I do have to say, the last time I drove to where I'm living now, I was driving I picked a quieter stretch of highway. There's a couple different routes you can take to get up here. And I was listening to, there's a new podcast for, well, it might not be so new by the time this video comes up, but Nudawn Link Shell. They, I believe they're on Azure, and they do a podcast for FF11. I was listening to a couple of their episodes, actually. It was a nice thing to listen to on a nice quiet stretch of highway. Podcasts are neat because, you feel like you're not by yourself and you just hear a couple of guys geek out about FF11. Totally cool with that. So anyways, this is the entrance to the Ranguemont Pass. We'll have to exercise caution in here. There are some pretty nasty baddies that would give us a run for our money. So the enemies that we're seeing right now are very, very bottom of the barrel weak enemies. As soon as we get further in, the enemies transition pretty quickly. There are some higher level enemies that I think wouldn't be an issue for us, but then as we get further in, I believe they have some like really like level 80, level 90 mobs that we'll have to sneak by. I am Mifor. I watch this door, for unspeakable terrors lurk on the far side. You don't say. I can open the door for you, but quickly I must close it. Once inside, you must find some other way out. Lion, what the fuck are you doing? I am not afraid. I should be, but that part of my brain seems to be damaged. Okay, door is open. Let us dungeon crawl. So as you can see, we got goblin gamblers, muggers, so these guys are not a concern for us. Looks like we got like a double ice element going on in this cave too. Just have to watch for when the baddies start to get especially bad. All these guys seem to be in the mid to late 20s. Sturge. I thought maybe that might be a notorious monster or something, but not the case. Even the scorpion showing up is too weak. Oh, there's a grounds tome over here. Oh, what's this? Taysai? Oh. I'm just checking any names I don't recognize, seeing if they're notorious monsters. It'd be a fun little thing to tag on a journey like this. Okay. Alrighty, the enemy names are starting to change. Okay, now we're getting into like the level 88 bats. That the little float eye dude it looks exactly like the one we fought in the 2-3 dragon fight. He's level 92. So I think what we're gonna do is go into our trusty little mod case here, which is a mess, by the way. And we're gonna dole out some silent oil. I think all you need is sneak in this area, but let's just play it safe and throw out both. I think some of these guys might aggro you if your health is low too, so let's just avoid any fights in here for now. Go through here all stealth-like. And my 1 hour ability Invincible is cooling down. I was doing some leveling up before I started this video and got into trouble on one fight there, so had to throw up Invincible. So we'll have that here for us pretty quick, just in case we need it for the mission. Okay, probably a good idea we did throw up Invisible as well. Those goblins would have seen us. Oh, gosh. Saw that guy start casting. I'm like, oh shit, does he have like true sight or something? Nope, he's just casting on himself. Okay. Yeah, I had some pretty bad experiences in this cave back when I used to play. I remember coming in here. I wasn't even coming in here for a mission. I was just out exploring and just poking my nose where it didn't belong. And came into this place and just got absolutely wrecked. I was pretty low level. I don't even think they had these level 80 to 90 mobs yet, but like I don't think those even existed. It was still 75 cap era. But even the mobs that we had back then, I mean, I was a pretty new player and came in here by myself, and of course you didn't have trusts or anything, so I got wrecked pretty hard. Oh, Grounds Tome. Unfortunately, no survival book this far in. I guess we'll see if we have that in the next area. Beaucedine Glacier. Is there a book or anything? It looks like there's one up on a hill in the center of the area. Let's head out into the winter wonderland. As you can see, they've got some very Canadian style winter winds here. Full disclosure, the place that I live at now, I live in Alberta, Canada, was one of the coldest places on Earth like a week ago. We had like a really bad cold snap, Arctic wind coming in. My friend Marin that plays this with me told me that it was warmer where they live, and he's further north than I am, so yeah, that was a rough couple of weeks. Rough on my truck, too. My heater completely stopped working, and had a date with the ditch about a week ago. Ended up going into the ditch. Thankfully, no damage to my truck, but just not a... It was not a good couple of weeks. So far what we're seeing out here, everything's coming up as 2 weeks, so I'm not really too worried about our safety out here. This is another area we could come to later on another job and potentially level up. Even the kitty cats are leaving us alone. And if we look at the map too, there is a way to Battalia Downs, out by Juneau there. But there's also a place called Zarkabard up to the northwest. So that's another area we'll probably go to in the nearest future too. So I want to tag that book before we end up going any further in this area, just so that we can teleport here. I'm assuming that's a survival guide up there. And then the entrance to Fei'Yin is at J4 on the map. So we'll have to head that way. I've never even been in the Fei'Yin zone before, so I have no idea what to expect. I do have a guide up just to tell us like where to go, but I've deliberately avoided watching any videos or anything on Fei'Yin or anything really involved with the mission. I just want this to kind of be a surprise and be brand new and have that excitement of experiencing it for the first time. Okay, that book should be up this way. Just to the south of us. And it looks like this area is under Beastman control. Honestly, that really doesn't surprise me. So there's a field manual here. And there's a survival guide as well. We need to get to J4 to get to Fei'Yin. So we need to get up. Here's J. So we need to get way the hell up there. You know, full disclosure, I keep forgetting that these guys are even an option. I think we're gonna go ahead and go for a little ride here. Now, are we able to drop down there if I need to? I honestly keep forgetting that the mounts are even an option when we're out in the field like this. When the enemies are a bit stronger, I do like that idea of kind of wandering through an area, getting into some fights, you know, just running into some conflict, like you would in an old school JRPG. But, yeah, and then these guys here, I don't think they're really going to be attacking us or really paying us much mind. Oh gosh, I think we do have to get back down, actually. Back in the old days, it was rent a chocobo in town, and you had that chocobo for about half an hour, and once it was gone, it was gone. You were walking. Still kind of stuck in the old ways, I think. Okay, we're going back down the hill. Being pretty ballsy using this mount. Last time I used it, I wound up with a pretty wicked concussion. As I go to the knotted little tree there. Okay, let's see if creeping up this way. Do we need to be on the lower ground? Oh, you know what? I can see up ahead on the map. If you look northeast of us, it looks like there's a little ramp or a path leading down right there. So if we go this way and just continue, I think we'll be able to get down. I hope. I'm definitely stoked to see what awaits us in Fei'Yin. I don't know what to expect, and with the story really taking off and getting more interesting, I'm eager to see what surprises await us. I know some people watching this are like, "Oh, come on, man! I've seen this before." But like I said, for me, a lot of this is brand new. So if we don't finish it all in one episode, no spoilers, please. Please and thank you. Okay, so we're down lower. Looks like there's an even lower plane too. Well, let's just try going this way and see where we get to. I'll definitely make sure to mark this Fei'Yin place on the map when we get there too, just in case we ever have to go back there for future excursions. Yeah, I kind of feel like we're supposed to be down here. Yeah, because this is looking like a dead end. Alright, let's look for yet another way down. We're coming up to another ramp here. So now we're going to head down to what I'm assuming is the lowest point of Beaucedine Glacier. Oh, I don't want to log out. Okay, so if we head northbound from here, I think we'll be able to get to where we need. Apparently the Sea of Shumeo is just to the east of us too. We might have to sneak by there and take a little peek. I think we'll do that. Ooh, they got those big golem looking dudes here, like the ones in Zeta. Oh wow, that is beautiful and depressing and scary at the same time. Just lifeless winter void out there. Let's continue our journey. Mr. Pierso's got to be freezing his ass off out here right now. And then, of course, there's our poor trusts that are just being left to walk. Poor Lion's probably wishing she was wearing some pants right now. Just saying. Okay, my adventurer senses are saying that this looks promising. Got like a little pond or something. Ooh, ice elementals. You folks don't mind if we, ooh. Daddy wants some ice clusters. Now, we don't really have a lot of mage presence on the team right now, but I think we'll be able to deal with this just fine. They're coming up as easy prey. If I cast a spell, we might attract that other... Nope, that other elemental looks like he's a little too far away, so I think we'll be okay. Haven't made a macro for Holy just yet. There you have it, that's Holy. 142 damage. I always like to stop for some elemental action here, make a little bit of money. Oh, and it looks like I'm good for a weapon skill, so let's go ahead and do a hit. You know, I should have used Red Lotus Blade. These guys are weak against fire. Oh well, too late now. Alrighty. One down. And do we still got the other one creep? Oh, wow. Not bad. 3 ice clusters. Beauty. And there's the other ice elemental. Since I want to play with my new spell here, we'll just go ahead and cast Holy. Now, anyone who's played any old school Final Fantasies, Holy was always like that badass spell that when you got it, you were like, oh man, I'm unstoppable. It sure doled out some good damage in some of those old RPGs, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we're tearing through these guys, or chipping through these guys, I guess would be the appropriate way to say it. Quite quickly. There we go. And we got one more ice cluster. Excellent. We're getting pretty close to where we gotta go, so I think we'll just continue this point on foot. Okay, I hope this is the right way. I can't really think of any other way looking at the map on how we would get there. I'm curious if Fei'Yin will be kind of like a cave or a fortress. Oh, okay, there's a structure up ahead. Okay, yeah, definitely looks like almost looks like part of a crag, or kind of like the same material that Delphoot Tower is made out of. Living statue. Oh, it's one of those doll Arcana enemies. I feel like we're gonna see some creepy stuff in this place. Just saying. I wonder if there's a book or anything outside here. Man, I had no idea this place even existed. Definitely getting a Delphoot Tower vibe off of this. Goblin Robber. Oh, we've got enemies that are showing up as easy prey for us now. Such as that goblin. Now, how does a person get into this place? Let us search for an entrance. Well, if I'm going to ride around on a mount, might as well blend in. Oh, here we go. I think this is our entrance. Alright, friends. Let's go dungeon crawling. Oh, looks like we're getting a cutscene. 30 years ago, the three nations, Windurst, Bastok, and Sandoria, sent an expedition to investigate this cursed land. The Galka swordsman Raugrim, the Hume monk Cornelia, the Hume warrior Ulrich, the Elven knight Franz mage, the Taratara white mage Iru Kiru, and the Mithra ranger Rabnata were the members of the expedition. All of them were great heroes of their people, but they had to cut the expedition short when an accident claimed 2 of their group. Yeah, the Windor's making my cutscenes go really fast, so if the characters look like they're supersonic speed, that's why. Raugrim and Cornelia were the ones who died in the accident. The others are said to have suffered violent deaths themselves after their return. Perhaps they had awakened the curse that was said to be buried in this land. They may have called forth the Ancient Bane. The Ancient Bane, the Shadow of Darkness, an image of the Shadow Lord, told us that our kinds were the ones that had awakened him. That he would spread the bane that will destroy Vana'diel from our cowardice, rage, envy, arrogance, and apathy. His image, I see. The great bane will devour the fair land of Vana'diel. The ancient seal will be broken, awakening nightmares of ages past. The blood of innocence will soak the earth, and the world will fall into fear and despair. But as one bright star shines through the clouds at night, oh my gosh, that's kind of weird looking. It's like watching a bobblehead during like a friggin' windstorm. And as one song rings clear above the roar of beasts, we hold to one hope in these darkest of times, that they will come, with the wisdom of ages and the strength of thousands to deliver us from our plight. We await the awakening of the warriors of the crystal. That's an old song. It's called The Warriors of the Crystal, isn't it? Just an old wives' tale. I do not know why I mentioned it. I must go. I do not expect to find much, but something troubles me. Yeah, no word of a lie. I think I might turn that function off. That was a little hard to watch. Sorry about that, folks.